got some random nonsense on sale, stranger.
Hello, I'm the Random Nonsense Merchant, and these are my first impressions of the Everquest Landmark Closed Beta. I'll admit that I only started playing this because I'm interested in the voxel graphics modelling and finding out what I can build with it. Many people probably think that Landmark is just Minecraft with better graphics. And in some ways this is true. It has the same emphasis on finding obscure resources and crafting useful items, but there are major differences that set it apart. And I'm not just talking about the graphics. You mine resources with a pickaxe, but if you want to save time wandering around, you can craft devices to detect ore and gems. Two other useful items are the pulverizer drill and the cave sounder. When combined, these items let you drill deep underground and find caves with rare resources that you can't find on the surface. There are also resources you gain from killing monsters. Unfortunately, the combat is the weakest part of the game, as your basic sword takes too many hits to kill the first monsters you'll see, and it takes far too long to get the required resources to craft more advanced weapons. The only reliable way I found to kill monsters was exploiting basic AI glitches like circle strafing these giant plant monsters, so that they can never hit you. I think this needs to be changed, as it makes getting ether shards a heavy grind in the early game. There are patches of ether shards to mine as well, but you still have to kill monsters to get random equipment drops, which you can disenchant to craft better weapons and higher tier equipment. There should be some enemies that you can kill easily, to make getting ether shards or random equipment pieces so much easier. Even with all my complaints about combat and weapon crafting, the main draw of Landmark is being able to build highly detailed structures using various kinds of voxels. You can only build on claimed land, and nobody can edit the blocks on your claim unless you add them to a list of approved builders. Claims also have a daily upkeep cost of 300 copper ore per day, which luckily only takes a few minutes to mine. If you let your upkeep on your claim expire, you'll lose the claimed land, but the building will be saved so you can place it on your next claim. I haven't played long enough to know every feature of the build editor, but I will say for the most part it's fairly easy to use if you start with cubes. I started building this claim by deleting all the ground cubes and slowly building walls on the very edges. The line tool is a very efficient way to build walls and floors faster than placing individual blocks. You can also place stone blocks and then repaint them with other textures later on. So if you want to build with a rarer material, you can start with stone and paint it on after. Overall, I've enjoyed my time with Everquest Landmark, and I'm going to continue building this claim and possibly show it in a future video, when it's more than just a bunch of random objects on a stone block. If you want to play this right now, you're going to have to buy into the closed beta, which requires you to buy one of the founders packs. If you don't want to pay, you're going to have to wait for the free-to-play open beta, but there's no way to know when that will happen. There's probably going to be major changes between now and then, so I'll end it here. I'm the Random Nonsense Merchant, and these are my first impressions of Everquest Landmark.